Crypto regulation. Is 2022 the year where we get all of the questions answered in terms of how crypto will be regulated in the United States? Well, we've been seeing a lot of things happening around our world in terms of crypto regulation from various countries and how they plan to handle cryptocurrencies now and into the future. But we have not had a lot of clarity yet on how the United States will handle cryptocurrency and what regulation will look like here in the US. So I want to address a little bit of these questions that often come up. And I found an interesting article I want to share with you and provide some analysis along the way in terms of crypto regulation. But before we jump into the article, here's what we know in terms of a short term timeline. We do know that sometime in February, President Biden will come in and say something regarding cryptocurrency and regulation. We don't know exactly what that would be. It's some type of executive action. We could see something as it relates to taxes. I think that's really where this thing will be in February. It'll be something on taxes, maybe something addressing stable coins as well, which, in my opinion, are the biggest threat to the U.S. dollar. And a lot of us think sometimes that regulation is bad in the cryptocurrency space, but I think it's good. That will bring a lot more people into the space. We're going to certainly have to pay more in taxes, I believe, in the future. I think that is inevitable. But we also will probably bring big corporations, big time institutional money into crypto once it is regulated and it is a safer environment for investors to be in. So, with all of that being said, I want to share this article with you. So, let's jump in. All right. So, is 2022 the year of crypto regulation? Many newspapers have predicted that this year will be the year of regulation of cryptocurrencies and crypto assets in general. Classic publications such as Sol 24 and Fato Quotidiano, but also blogs and online publications among the most followed in the cryptocurrency sector, have taken up and relaunched this prediction. So here is some of those reactions to the cryptocurrency market crash. Naturally, it has offered these arguments to many detractors of the crypto world. And listen, we have to parse out some of the FUD that is related to regulation because a lot of the narratives that I see are regulation, bad, bad, bad. Crypto's all going to turn terrible this year. It's all bad, 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 bad. And, I just don't subscribe to that. I do think that some regulation will be good. And once, these especially high profile assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum become a bigger part of everyone's portfolio in some aspect, I think we can get to a point, okay, where pretty much everybody has some cryptocurrency in their portfolio, even if that's a small fraction of a percent, 1%, right? I do think that's the future. And that happens because of regulation. So regulation is not all bad, I promise you. Rules to be written. Now, in Italy, there is not a legislative framework dedicated to crypto economics that is sufficiently clear. We can bounce around and look at how other European countries are doing it, how they're handling it. Here's the case of Russia. Italy is not the only country navigating the uncertainty of the legislative future. Consider, for example, what's happening in Russia. So, less than 2 years later, the Russian central bank goes in the diametrically opposite direction of what they put forth in 2020. They've been back and forth, Russia has, on how they want to handle crypto. But it does not necessarily, their latest rules do not necessarily imply that the Institute's indications can be transposed into a legislative act, but it was certainly enough to give a significant impetus of the creation of FUD and panic on a global scale, impacted crypto all across the board. We've seen what China has decided to do with cryptocurrency. India has been rumored to potentially be banning crypto. We've heard that, but they've never fully done that. I think everybody's just kind of at a loss right now with what to do because things have spiraled, not out of control, but spiraled quickly into this massive market cap, this massive area where a lot of investors are. Yet we still have a long way to go to, get mass adoption. So it's kind of in an interesting place. I do think 2022 will bring a lot more clarity here in the United States. I'm interested to see what happens here in February and in March with the interest rates coming down from the Fed, what they plan to do with those. But If we look at these last couple lines here, and I want to talk about where is it right here? Okay. Perhaps the time has come for those who are at the opposite ends of this world to take a step forward and make a serious effort to understand how to write a set of rules that will offer the right protection to investors and savers without those who handle cryptocurrencies being treated like drug traffickers. A set of rules that, on the other hand, takes into account the fact that an investment in cryptocurrency or crypto assets is objectively not the same thing as trading in foreign currencies or government bonds. It is the ancient art of compromise, a difficult compromise. There are many parties involved. They carry the burden of weighty interests, and it all has to be projected on a global scale. Difficult, yes, and yet worth a try. However, I wouldn't bet a Satoshi on 2022 being the turning point in regulation. So, a lot of questions still out there, a lot of things still looming. But let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think will happen in 2022? Do you think we'll get some type of crackdown on cryptocurrencies here in the United States? I believe we'll get some form of clarity on how things will be taxed, number one. And I do think we'll get some form of regulation, at least a discussion about stable coins here in the near distant future as well, which I think is good for cryptocurrency. So that's what I think. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. As always, appreciate you stopping by, and see you all in the next one. Bye.